Wow. All right. Here we are, folks. My name is Mac Regan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I just quit my PhD to thru-hike the Pacific Crest Trail. Yeah, this has been a dream of mine for the last 10 years. I thru-hiked the Colorado Trail in 2022, and that was a life-changing experience, and I'm so excited I get to go back and do the Pacific Crest Trail. This is my entire complete packing list pre-trail. I'm sure I'm gonna send things home. I have some things I'm sort of like, do I really need this thing? I'm not really sure, but that is what we are gonna dive into today. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Obviously, first and foremost, my backpack. What am I bringing on the PCT? This is going to be my house for the next 4.5, 5 months. This is the Hyperlight Southwest 55. I've had this backpack for about a year now. I used it on the Lost Coast Trail last year and I really enjoyed it. I made the mistake of using a frameless bag on the CT and I regret it. I would never do that again. This has a very light frame. The only thing I don't like about the Hyperlight is that it doesn't have a lot of pockets. I'm a gal who really likes to have a lot of pockets and it just doesn't have that many, but it's an ultralight bag. I really love it. It's been very comfortable for me. The second thing that is probably one of the more important things on this trip as well is my tent. I am taking the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL1. I bought this tent pretty recently at REI after thinking for a really long time about what I wanted to bring on the PCT. I used a Gossamer Gear, the 2 on the Colorado Trail. Hated having a single wall tent. I was pretty adamant about wanting something double wall and also wanting something freestanding because I don't want to have to worry about staking in my tent every night. I will not be bringing the stuff sack. However, I will be bringing some of the stakes, not all of them, but a few, as well as the emergency splint. Inside this nice little package is the rainfly and the tent itself. I'm not gonna unpack it, but it's super easy to put up. It also has the poles, they're super light. Moving on from my tent to my sleep system, I am bringing this Thermarest Neo Air X-Lite sleeping pad. It has an R value of 4.5 and it's also super light. It does in fact sound like a Lay's chip bag. However, it's super warm and it's super light, so I'm gonna bring it. I'm also gonna bring the stuff sack and the pump bag thing. I think it's a worthy thing to carry. This is the REI Magma 15. This is the women's bag. I think it's like the short size, so it's pretty light. The pack capacity is 8 liters. I love this bag. This was an investment for me. This was my first real backpacking investment. It's like a $400 sleeping bag. REI doesn't make them anymore. They make a new version of it, I believe, but this bag I've had since 2021 or 2022 and I love it. So worth the investment. I will never buy a cheap sleeping bag ever again after having this bag. What I am bringing out of this is the Sea to Summit Aeros Pillow Ultralight Regular. It is a super light backpacking pillow. I've used it on many trips and I really just like having a pillow. I forgot it on my last trip, my shakeout trip, and I regretted it. The next set of gear we will cover is my kitchen and camping gear. This is my backpacking mug. I had the GSI mug. I lost it somewhere along the way. So I'm actually trying this out for the first time on this trip. This is the Sea to Summit backpacking cup, I believe is what it's called. In addition to that, this is the really important stuff, I think. This is my Jetboil Mini Mo. I have had this camping stove since maybe 2018 or 2019. There are definitely lighter options out there, don't get me wrong, but this is so reliable. It has the pot built in. The only issue I have with my Jetboil is the fact that my piezoelectric lighter doesn't work anymore. No spark. I killed it somewhere in the last, 6 years or so. So I just have to bring a lighter. And with that, of course, I'll be carrying a little canister of fuel. I'm gonna buy that once I get to San Diego since I can't really fly with it. This is my backpacking spork. This is also Sea to Summit. It's just classic. It's so great if you have like a dehydrated backpacking meal that you bought from like REI to have the long spoon. All right, we are gonna move into some more miscellaneous items. Trekking poles are important. I loved them on the CT. They're so great when you're just climbing straight up and straight down sometimes. There's a lot of elevation gain on the PCT, so looking forward to these. These are the Black Diamond, I wanna say Pursuit FLZ. I'll probably mail myself the snow baskets to the Sierra, to Kennedy Meadows. I am also bringing these stuff sacks. These are Sea to Summit. I think these are 8-liter stuff sacks. One is gonna be for food, one is gonna be for clothing. Keep my stuff nice and dry. Keep everything organized in my pack. For my water purification system, I am bringing the Katahdin Be Free. I have used the Sawyer Squeeze in the past. I like the Sawyer Squeeze too. I was just gonna give this a try for a bit. I also really like that the filter itself can fit onto my running water bottles, so I would often take this on trail runs up in the Alpine. In addition to the Katahdin Be Free, I am also bringing these portable aqua. These are water purification germicidal tablets. There is all kinds of shit that is just rampant on the PCT that I'm really not interested in getting sick from. I don't want to get Giardia. So especially with sketchier water sources in the desert, I am going to both filter my water and purify it. I think that is a worthwhile extra step, even if my water kind of tastes like iodine. Next up is my quote unquote shit kit. Honestly, nothing really special here. I have the Deuce, I think this is the number 2. The Deuce number 2 ultralight trowel. This thing is super light. It weighs 0.6 ounces. I think I literally found this actually in the Grand Canyon. I don't even think I bought this. And then some toilet paper with 2 baggies in it for dirty and clean toilet paper. I'll just refresh that when I'm in town every few days. And then lastly, this is new to me. This is a Kula cloth. I just used it for the first time on my shakeout trip. I'm obsessed, ladies. This is a essential. This is an essential. If you are female bodied, it is so great to have a little pee cloth. It is antimicrobial. So this side you use to wipe and and then this other side is just like cutesy, and then you hang on your pack and it dries. Genuinely has changed my life. I'm not drip drying or using a ton of toilet paper anymore, so we love that. Next, I am gonna talk about my toiletries. So I have myself a tiny 1.5 liter stuff sack for this. I am using the Sea to Summit lightweight 1.5 liter stuff sack. I just think it's worth it to keep things organized, especially in the hyperlight that doesn't have pockets to separate things. So first and foremost, I'm bringing some skincare stuff. This is lotion and this is face wash. I did on the Colorado Trail try to make an effort to wash my face, especially with wearing sunscreen every day. I just remember breaking out so bad on the Colorado Trail and wishing that I could wash my face. So Val and I started washing our faces maybe like 2 weeks into trail. And honestly, it helped a lot, especially when you're wearing SPF. In this case, I am bringing the Super Goop Glow Screen. This is in the shade Sunrise. This is the mega size. I honestly just got the biggest one I could so I wouldn't have to buy more on trail. I'm gonna use it every single day, so seems like a worthwhile purchase. Next, I am bringing these Sea to Summit leaves. So this is the laundry wash and this is the hand wash. So these little soap leaves pack in your bag. They're super, super light. And basically they're just little leaves of soap so that you can do laundry. And then the hand wash, I'm gonna get a mini hand sanitizer to go with this. I think it's really important, especially with norovirus like so abundant on the PCT. I think it's really important to practice good hygiene. I, of course, have a toothbrush and toothpaste. Nothing special here. This is a travel toothbrush with a little case on it. Some people cut the handle off. Maybe I'll do that eventually. I just like cannot be bothered to do that right now. Although honestly, that'd be kind of slay to like just cut this off and then just have this little, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm not even on trail yet. And then yeah, mini travel size toothpaste. I will be re-upping that in towns. You can also find that at gas stations, so shouldn't be a problem for most of my little resupply trips. In addition to that, I am bringing floss. I cannot emphasize enough how important my dental hygiene is to me. I have teeth that are very like cavity prone and sensitive, so I'm gonna bring floss, and my dentist is not gonna have a damn word to say to me once I'm back, especially when you're on trail, you're eating so much sugar. And yeah, I am also bringing earplugs. I think these are really important to have, especially if we're gonna be sleeping in hostels, we're sleeping outside. I sleep talk, so anybody sleeping around me wants to bring earplugs, that's for sure. And then I also have this little hairbrush. Again, I could cut this off or I don't know, try and get this out of here. I just like don't really care right now. Maybe I'll change my mind later on trail and throw it away. Just at this point, can't do it. More stuff for the ladies. I am bringing a menstrual cup in its cute little bag. This is gonna revolutionize being a woman on trail for me. When I was on the CT, I did not plan for my period and it was a huge mistake. Would not recommend. I am bringing a first aid kit. This is the Adventure Medical Kits Medical Kit 0.3. I also took out some things and added some other things from a blister kit that I bought because I'm very prone to blisters. This is super light. I think it was 2.6 ounces. I think it's just important, especially, you know, the more I think about the PCT, the more I feel like we're living like primitive human beings. So I think it's important to keep wounds clean. There's lots of sharp, spiky stuff. Falls happen, accidents happen. I just think it's a good idea. Okay, and then moving on from my toiletries, we are going to talk about some of the quote unquote luxury items I'm bringing on trail. First and foremost, I'm bringing this little cork ball. I bought it on Amazon for like $10 maybe. This was highly recommended just for rolling out your legs or your back or whatever on trail. I am also bringing the Z-Packs Sit Pad. This item means so much to me, you have no idea. I have wanted a sit pad for years. Literally since my first backpacking trip, I wanted a sit pad, and I don't know, I was being a little bitch about it, but I bought one. It is going to get plenty of use on this trip. So a worthwhile purchase. My last quote unquote luxury item, I have camp sandals. These are the Zero shoes. These are also super light. I think it's 8.6 ounces for the pair. Some people don't like camp shoes. I require them. I am high maintenance and I need to let my feet breathe. Also, if we're going through a lot of water crossings or something, these have really great tread and I think they'll be really useful on trail. So moving on from my luxury items, these are my electronics that I'm bringing on trail. I am keeping everything in a Sea to Summit 3-liter compressible stuff sack. So first and foremost, I'm using these little Rode mics. I am bringing these on trail for my phone. I love talking to a mic, so this is a worthy thing for me to invest in. I have this little carrying case and then the cord to connect the receiver to my phone. So that is my first piece of vlogging equipment. I am also bringing my GoPro Hero 11 Black. Again, this is for vlogging. GoPro also has this extendable tripod. It's also super light and it's also like a selfie stick, so I can put it on top of here. It also extends into a tripod and a regular tripod, I guess. So of course with that, I'm bringing a GoPro battery charger. This is a double charger. I have heard I'm gonna blow through GoPro batteries on trail. I am bringing a couple extra batteries. I'm not sure if these are the Enduro batteries or the regular batteries. I should probably find that out before I leave. I am bringing 2 extra batteries and then the battery that's already in here, plus a micro SD card and a second micro SD card. With the micro SD cards, I'm also bringing this iPhone adapter. Super cheap on Amazon. It allows me to connect my micro SD to my phone, so I don't have to use the Bluetooth GoPro app to upload video. I think it'll just be easier and faster since I'm editing on trail and, you know, have to be conscientious about battery use. Speaking of batteries, I am bringing this Goal Zero. It is a 9600 milliamp hour battery. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm gonna try. And then I have a second Anchor battery pack. This is the Nightcore headlamp. I believe this is the UL20. I don't know how I would find that out, but I think it's the UL20. So funny story, I was up running on the Continental Divide for high lonesome training last year and I found this just on the trail. I'm assuming a CDT thru hiker dropped it and I'm very sad for them. And if you dropped your Nightcore headlamp somewhere in Indian Peaks Wilderness this summer, email me and I will send it to you. Otherwise, I'm considering this good trail magic and good karma. Yeah, it's super light, it's rechargeable, so you don't have to carry batteries. And it's just like a little piece of whatever thru hiker dropped this on their backpacking trip last summer. I am bringing my Garmin Fenix 7. I wear this thing every day. I am planning to track my thru hike on Strava, so I guess follow me on Strava if you want to see that, but I need the little charger for it. I am also bringing my Garmin InReach Mini 2. I bought this a few years ago. I used to have like the really big, it wasn't even Garmin, it was Delorme at that point. So I upgraded to the InReach Mini 2. It connects to your phone and sends messages, obviously, in all the places. I don't really trust the iPhone satellite feature quite yet. Also don't want to give Elon Musk any more clout than he already has. So I will be using this to communicate with my friends and family, to carry that kind of smaller stuff and maybe my toothbrush. This is a John G. hip belt. I love this fanny pack. I think it's super comfy and usable. I'm bringing this little chum's wallet to store my ID, some cash, and a credit card. I'm also bringing a few hair ties with me in this. That just seems smart. I am now gonna walk you through my clothing choices for the trail. So starting with this Columbia hat, I am partnered with Columbia for my thru hike. So most of my gear is from Columbia. I really like Columbia. I think it's affordable and I think it's good quality gear. I am wearing this Summit Valley sun hoodie from Columbia. It is super light and honestly just keeps me dry and cool on hot days, which I will have many of on the desert section. Okay, so for my hiking shorts, I am going to be wearing this. Oh my God. Brother. Dude, that is the biggest spider I've seen in my entire life. Okay, please hold while I kill it. Oh, he looks like a jumper too. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. I can't even tell you how, that was the biggest spider I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, my skin is crawling. Okay. So I'm wearing these, that had the spider in them. They have a P-zipper. They have a P-zipper for women. So I'm gonna try them out. If I hate them, I'm getting sent some Columbia shorts to Julian, which is mile 77. So I really have to wear these for like a few days. Not a big deal. Oh my God. Ugh, that spider was like in a bag, in another bag. Okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine. These are my shoes that I'm starting in. These are Columbia trail runners / hiking shoes. They're light, they're comfy. I'm not very picky about shoes, so I'm sure they're gonna do the job. Yeah, that's my daily gear. I've got some swaps planned for the trail, but that's what I'm starting with. I have a rain kit. So this is a rain jacket. This is from Columbia as well. This is the rain no shine jacket. It's really great. It kept my friend Val very warm on our shakeout trip because she didn't bring enough layers. I am also gonna be wearing these Columbia rain pants. Honestly, I think there's a high chance I send these ahead to Washington. Not anticipating much rain in the desert in May, so June, really. I have some base layers for the night. I like to wear something different than what I'm hiking in. So these are just some REI base layer pants I have had probably since 2020, probably since my very first backpacking trip. If you got a good thing going, why shake it up? I also have a Smart Wool base layer top. This is merino wool. It's just, you know, warm, comfy to support my layering system because I love layers. I sleep very cold and I get cold very easily. This is my Melanzana. The Melly has seen some things and it's gonna keep seeing things on the PCT. I am also gonna be using this Columbia down jacket. This is the Alpine Crux down jacket, I believe. It is super light. It's really warm. It has these reflective dots in here to reflect your body heat back at you. It feels fancy when I'm wearing it. I really like it. For my like sports bra situation, right now I've got this like Vuori, I don't know how to say it, like daily sports bra packed. I might use something a little nicer. And bringing a buff. Honestly, this will be nice just to cover my eyes at night and also like keep my hair up and also wipe things. And they're just really multifunctional and a lot of thru hikers really love them. I am bringing 2 pairs of socks. I am bringing the Injinji. They're like a cushioned sock. And then this is a pair of Smart Wool socks. I destroy socks so quickly, so I'm guessing by the time I'm 500 miles in, these will be trash. And then lastly, for clothing, I've got this Columbia beanie. Honestly, necessary for the evenings when it is really cold. This is my final category of things. If you've made it this far, I have to send myself things to Kennedy Meadows for the Sierra. The Sierra, it's gonna be snowy, it's gonna be beautiful. It's also gonna be really warm and melting a lot because I'm not gonna be there till like July. So without further ado, here are the things that I am sending myself to Kennedy Meadows. So first and foremost, I've got some Katula micro spikes. These have kept me safe and afloat on many a trip, many a trail run. They're just a good staple to have. It seems like I'm not gonna need them in Idlewild or Big Bear since I'm starting so late, so whatever, less weight for me to carry. I am also probably going to send myself this Sea to Summit Thermolite Fabric Reactor. It's a sleeping bag liner that adds like 10 degrees to your sleeping bag rating. So my bag is a 17 degrees, so it would go down to 7 degree. I don't know if I'm really gonna need that, but I'm just like keeping it on hand so that my husband can mail it to me when the time comes. I also have my trusty BV500 bear vault. In the Sierra, you are required to have a bear can for good reason. Those bears are smart, and if they eat your food, they will probably get themselves killed by scavenging for human food. So, you know, don't feed the bears. I love this bear vault. It's big, it's heavy, but you know, anything for the bears, really. I am also going to be sending myself a thicker down jacket. This is the Columbia Alpine Crest down jacket. This is brand new. They just sent this to me. I'm going to ship this to myself at Kennedy Meadows. I'm sure my other jacket's going to be trashed by this point anyway, so seems like kind of a lot of stuff when you go through one by one, but I promise it's not very much stuff. All right, well, thank you so much for coming to my PCT gear haul. I am so excited to get on trail. It doesn't even feel real that I'm flying out tomorrow and starting trail. If you are excited to follow along with my adventure, you can subscribe to this video. I have many other backpacking videos on this channel. If you want to see every single day on the Colorado Trail, there is a video for every single day. If you want to follow along on other places, I post a ton on TikTok and Instagram. I am at Mac on the Run on TikTok and at Mac Shea Regan on Instagram. Otherwise, thank you so much. Happy trails to all of you going on a thru hike this summer, or, you know, maybe you're watching this in the future. If so, hello. I hope the world is still functioning and democracy is well and alive. I am anticipating that this packing list is going to change very much over the next 5 months. So there will be an update video in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week on the next video.